welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about 5 things that I don't like about my CLA45 AMG. And guys, as much as I love this car, there are so many more things I like about this car than I don't like, otherwise I wouldn't buy it, and hence my cap. You know, I'm a Mercedes AMG fan, but there are of course always stuff that are not perfect, and this is the earlier model CLA45, so most likely most of the stuff that I'm going to talk about in this video is probably rectified as far as I'm aware on the newer models. But this is a 2015 car, so I think the earliest year they did on these cars are 2014 if I'm not mistaken. But first of all, before I share about the things I hate about this car, check this out. This car is stunning. I love this car, and I've owned this car for over a year and a half now. I've done a good, I would say, 15,000 plus miles already on this car. I've done 2 mega road trips. Each road trip was about 2,500 miles. Check out the view behind me. You got the horses. And so what I'm saying is I definitely know this car pretty well. Of course, with the sunlight today and the car clean, look at the paint work. This is not a wrap, it's pearl white, so it's ghost pearl white, exact color, and it's got like amazing shine. Don't know how the camera will pick it up, but yeah, definitely a unique color. I haven't seen any other CLA45 or A45 with this color. I think it's a option, and it's actually quite rare. I've only seen one CLA45 once with this color, but that's about it. So, and the sunroof open. I'm gonna start first with the little minor things, because these are not major things and it's not really something that affects the car. But if you look at the steering wheel, there's no AMG badge in here, okay? The other AMGs, I have a C63, has AMG badge, and I think the newer ones have this changed, but this is disappointing. There's no AMG badge on the steering wheel, but this is just something quite silly. I know it sounds silly, but I would definitely be happier if this would have an AMG sign. But now we're going to talk about the stuff that I don't like. So I'm going to start first with probably the least annoying thing, but it is a bit annoying. So this car, as is the previous model, we don't have a Sports Plus option, but we have Sports, Comfort and Manual. Now, I'm going to turn on the engine. And what I'm going to do is, you guys will see on the top here, the car is on Comfort mode. So I'm going to turn the car into Sports mode by pressing it once. And now over here, we'll see the S, the red S. Now that's showing me that the car's on Sports mode. Now the annoying bit is, every time you turn off the engine and I turn it back on, the car resets itself and goes back to Comfort mode, and then this start-stop thing starts again. So I know it might not sound like a big of a deal, but it is a bit annoying sometimes, because every time you turn on and off the car, you have to set the settings back to the way you want it to be. So, you know, for example, my C63, if I set the car a certain way, it will not reset itself unless I press buttons to reset it or change it. This car, every single time, I have to do it again the minute I turn off the engine. So that's one thing that is annoying with this car. Here's another thing that is a bit annoying, to be honest, because it isn't a cheap car and it's an AMG car. It's not a regular Mercedes, known as German build quality, and so is this car. However, as nice as these seats look and everything around me, one thing I do have a little complaint about is the build quality. So the interior build quality, especially you see the sunroof up here. Now when I'm driving around a rough road, there are some rattling, not bad, heavily rattling noises, but there are some noises coming around. Now this may be something a bit loose that can be fixed. It just gets on my nerves sometimes that driving around with, I would say, not a cheap car, and it's only a few years old, and you can hear some noises somewhere around here. I'm gonna look into it properly, because could be something just needs a bit of a tighten or push. So that's another thing I don't like about my CLA45. Now this is another thing that really annoys me, is the parking sensor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move the car now and demonstrate to you what I'm talking about. So these horses over here look like they have some sort of corona masks. Check this out. Look at those things on the face, coronavirus. what we're going to do is we're going to go to somewhere where we got a pole or something next to us, and I can demonstrate to you guys the annoyance of these parking sensors. So we have these bins over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse close to the bins, and let's show you, or let's see how great these parking sensors are. So we'll put the car into reverse, and the good thing is that I do have a good reverse camera, which really helps me at times, because that's the only thing that is good. It's very clear, very detailed, which is really good about. But the parking sensors, check this out. Look how close I am. No beep yet. Let's get closer. Still no beep. So the beep just came now, and look how close I am already to that. Let's go out and show you how close I am. So it only starts beeping when you get this close. This is like that close. Exhaust sounds good, by the way. So I'm going to demonstrate this one more time. I'm going to go a bit forward and now back again into reverse, and we do have the bins here, and let's show you this one more time. No beep, no beep yet. You guys can hear. There we go. The beep only comes when we, so the beep only appears when we are really close, and that's a bit too late at times. And the same goes to the front sensors, the same thing. It just beeps so late. And you know, sometimes the whole point of parking sensors are to give you guidance, especially when you're in spots that you can't see that good. And these sensors just give you that last second beep, which is really not helpful most of the times. So this is definitely something I really don't like about this car, and it's quite common in Mercedes. I don't know if the new Mercedes have been fixed with this, because I just don't understand how they design it this way, but this is definitely something I don't like. Now we're going to get on to another thing. It's not something bad against the gearbox, because this car has actually an amazing gearbox, but there is a bit of a delay sometimes when you put the car into reverse, or when you're parking, or when you start driving, especially on colder starts. It kind of has a bit of a delay. You have to put a bit your foot down, and it takes about a second to really start moving. And for example, that could be annoying at times, because it's just like, why is there such a delay when you start driving? And this is especially on colder starts, and this gearbox actually does take a bit of a while to warm up properly. Probably about 20 minutes at least of driving. This is definitely something that could get a bit annoying, because that delay kind of bit, especially like when you come out to a roundabout, or when you get out from a parking space, it just sometimes takes a bit of time. And I believe the newer cars have been fixed these problems, but yeah, these are just things that kind of annoy me with this car. And then there are a few other little things that, okay, I can't complain, because I believe the newer version of this car has them. You can't adjust the suspension, so there's no option to put the car in sport mode with comfort suspension or stuff like that. But this is probably because this generation doesn't have this kind of settings yet. So guys, this probably is the same to the A45 AMG, because it's more or less the same car. I mean, not the same car, but it's the same system, just a different shape or different chassis car. Anyways guys, this is it. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye now.